Can you see this? Yes, you can. You can't see the words so easily. Let's see if I can bring it up. But I'll read them to you in any case. So here, this is a map, right? This is when I finally get to have the automation build on itself and people are downloading the product and it's the flywheels are turning and everything else that I need is in place. That's my X marks the spot. So that's my pirate. That's why I call it digital pirates.media. Literally, we are the first voyaging out there in this way that I know of. And I scour, right? But I also literally myself thought it up. It's not like the AI thought it up for me. I can connect these pieces. I've been building this since last year, on and off when I've had time between contracts and jobs and stuff and other life duties. So the internet, see, I'm blocking the light right there. The internet was like this, right? This is your keywords right here. That white dot, like the food that Pac-Man used to go chase, it would be inside of the matrix, right? If you think about the internet as a matrix, which it is, that's what the algorithms are. Like the algorithms basically define the matrix, right? The matrices that your viewers, so like the viewers or the clients, whatever, the person looking for your thing, right? They follow the algorithms. The algorithms push them to where your thing is. You just have to make sure that you're in the way of the algorithm, which is what keywords and SEO and having the right hashtags means digitally, right? So like, the algorithms have the path. So all you had to do was make sure to be in the right place at the right time when the user or the client or the prospect is upon that path. That's the way it was, right? And then, so what this says is traditional internet with only keywords, the algorithms always go to the keywords and the changes or updates to Google are predictable. So that's why a lot of people talk about the updates to the algorithms is because they feel like they're so unpredictable now. We don't even know. Well, that if you truly understand algorithms, which I excelled at, yeah, I did get an A in that class, but I genuinely, I'm so good at algorithms because I really understand cryptography and it's all just a matter of understanding patterns, right? But even beyond that, you can actually position yourself, which is how I wrote all of this, right? So that no matter what the algorithms are doing, not only are you always in the path of the algorithms, no matter what happens to the algorithms, you are actually the most prized food that Pac-Man wants, which is like when the ghosts are like blinking in and out. And if you've never played Pac-Man and this is talking from something that happened in the 80s and you're a millennial, basically you want to get as many points as possible. You used to be able to get them from pellets, right? You can always get them from pellets in Pac-Man. But then if it's about to change, if the layout is about to change, the ghosts start to flash different colors. Typically the ghosts will kill you, but when they're flashing different colors, you actually make a lot of points by eating them. So you can always be, instead of being the pellet, right? You can always be like one of the ghosts no matter what happens to the algorithms. And I'm probably going to be out of camera for a second, but actually I really want to make this point because this is the fundamental shift in these algorithms and I want to knock everything down here. Okay. So I'm going to see if I can show you this more clearly. This is harder than it looks, right? To use it's the opposite of what I think it's going to be. So it's going to be this way right here. If you notice this Pac-Man right here, the algorithms are like he could take many paths. We don't even have quantum computers yet. When we have quantum computers, he can be in more than one place at the same time, making decisions about which is the best next many paths it could take, right? And that's a very, very high level way of thinking about it. But if you look at it, right, compare what Pac-Man can do now that we AI and that we have AI search engines, right? Now, Pac-Man can go wherever, right? Versus over here, Pac-Man was going to have like one solid path to get to the pellet, right? And over here, he wants to get to this ghost, right? So, and he has all these different ways. Am I making you guys dizzy? So he has all these ways. I should have just put this camera on one of those stands. But anyway, I don't even know if you can hear me because I'm way over here and this microphone's way over here. So let me try to make sure that you can hear me. So to reiterate, so see how Pac-Man now has, this is what it means to have AI search engines. This is what it means to have, we don't even have, like I said, quantum computing yet, but that will be available soon enough. It's right around the corner, which means that he can even be in more than one path at the same time, making decisions, right? So he no longer has this, just what Matthew would call it, discrete path. Discrete means that it's basically boxed in, or it has one set that it can follow. So Pac-Man, so this is the way the internet used to look. Like the keywords are right here. The algorithms are the purple paths. No matter what, as long as you had your keywords, eventually the paths would lead pacman to your keywords and your SEO. Now you don't have to play the part of just a palette because of the way that these files are written that I'm letting you know about over here. The way these examples and what I show you in that first downloadable course, you can actually be like this ghost that when it flashes when the algorithms are about to change, they're actually worth a lot more money and they're no longer deadly, right? So you no longer will be caught in the trap of once the algorithms change over here, you're trapped with your stuck in the mud keywords and SEO that won't work when the algorithms change. Because if my dot was over here in this algorithm, right? The algorithms would have never found him with my SEO and my keywords. So I have to change all my SEO and my keywords. Well, the difference is in what I'm showing you with this stuff I'm building, right? And I show you how to build in these courses. You can position yourself like this guy. So like this is like the agents. This is why I don't use low code, no code. Further, that's why I put JSON inside of the HTML. That's why I chose HTML, is because I have very granular control of what it is that the algorithm is able to use to detect that the food that pacman is looking for is there. So over here, all he has is SEO and keywords, right? And most people use WordPress. Very few people use HTML because they think it's so outdated and so 70s or whatever. But I think that's the biggest mistake people are making, is they have these elaborate websites or even this minimal press website, but they don't have finite control of the code that lies underneath, because at the end of the day, everything goes back to ones and zeros. And the way that I wrote the code for this, I don't know if HTML falls under code, but we'll just call it that for now. So the way that I wrote the code, the underlying code for this, it makes it so that that pacman, no matter what path he takes, is able to find you, because it's like a flashing light. It's like, hey, I'm over here. Oh, you're looking for this? I'm right here. No matter what happens to your algorithms, pacman, I'm right here. And I'm worth a lot more to you than these data video and keyword outdated methods. I'm not saying they're not relevant. They are. But why would I do that when I can actually have this, right? Where I don't have to be worried at night that I didn't pick my correct keywords, or like, that like someone's gonna come and take all my content and then they're gonna be able to knock me off my pedestal and I no longer have a lead gen. These lead gens are different because they're not competing with the top lead gens. What they're doing is they're hijacking traffic, hence the name digital pirates. So when they're looking for something, right, the lead gens will still be the ones that rank at the top on Google, but these will actually also start to rank because they will be more specific to the question that the user is asking. And that is also the way that the search intent works. That's also the way long tail keywords work. That's the big shift between keywords and specific user intent questions. And I believe that the way that other developers are calling it is actually SERPs, where like no, it's not excerpts. It's like, oh God, I can't believe I forgot the word, but it's like when you have like real specific, really cute little tables or listed lists with numbers. That's what the Google AI search engines are looking for, right? That's the kind of content that they're pushing to the top. That's exactly what's already built into the lead gens that I'm selling. That is part of this. I'm not teaching people how to do that, but that is one of the things I'm selling. But when you do this, right, that is one of the, when you use these AI as a software methods for the course that I am making available, where you can build your own version of a chatbot that's not just a low code, no code chatbot that's already outdated. It's not just an AI agent, it's a reasoner, right? I'm sorry, it has the ability to become a reasoner. Then that is when you're really going to be able to hit your jackpot, which is what I'm doing, which is probably why you found me and then reached out to me, which is why I'm making this video, because I brag about being findable and rank at the top. Well, I never said what the top was, right? For me, the top is the top of the very specific question, not the top of Google search, because Google search is so 2024. Just kidding. Google search is still going to be a big player, but it's not the only player anymore. And because they've refined their algorithms, like this AI search engine stuff, I've been testing it for over a year. It's really working now that we're in the age of reasoners, because of the way that I'm teaching you how to write these little chatbots that are based in code that is replicable and timeless, right? No matter what, it's gonna work. There, unless the whole internet collapses, which nobody thinks it's gonna. Even if there's a quantum internet, this stuff will still likely work, because quantum computers solve for something different than the internet that is based on TCP/IP. Like, who knows, right? But for our purposes, there's no psychic predictions or technical predictions or governmental predictions that the way that the internet works right now is going to shift dramatically, and the AI doesn't think so either. That's how you can bank on these reasoners. So like, see these little reasoners? These are like this. This is the highly valuable pacman. He can make his own little reasoner, right? And then I'm sorry, the highly valuable food for pacman can make little reasoners, so it's more findable. And then pacman can make its own reasoners that make it able to go hunt, right? So you have all these reasoners that are able to meet each other and execute whatever you need to execute. In computer terms, that means like press the return key or press the click pay on PayPal or Link or Stripe, right? That's what the reasoners are prepping to do. So the reasoners can now go make decisions to find you the thing that you want. You're more findable when you use the structures that I'm teaching you in the chatbot making thing. Or if you hire me to build some of these for you, they're equipped to be able to accept payments and make payments so that you are always positioned to optimize your sales funnel, because you no longer need that brief, how would you say it? You don't need to be worried about whether or not they're going to find what they're looking for this way, right? And when, so I need to give you a more concrete example because I can see how that would sound confusing and contradictory. So if somebody is looking for the best dog shoes out there, right? They'll go to Google and they'll type in best dog shoes and they'll get the results from the Google search results this way, right? There'll be some business at the top and then the next business, next business. But if I have a Doberman, right? Best dog shoes for Dobermans, and my website is best dog shoes for Dobermans, and my content is written in this way that I'm letting you know I have already built and created, right? And I do have videos on how I did that. Like that would be really hard to teach that stuff because it's so many algorithms, and I don't doubt that someone's going to use AI to extract them and make their own thing. That's fine. There isn't a limit to this space in the anywhere near the limit. But if they make their very specific search, right? Best dog shoes for dogs whose shoes always come off, right? If I have content that answers that specific question, the AI search engines are going to bring up my answers first. And the data shows that more people are using Perplexity and more people are using AI Google search, right? And even if they're not, eventually my organic ranking for dog shoes is going to start to catch up with the Google people over here, right? Because my blog also has a homepage where within my homepage, if there's a company that hires me to sell their dog shoes, right? All of my content has their business name sprinkled all in it. So people are going to start to click on my links that send them to that website so they can buy their shoes. So then this is hijacking traffic. So I am sending the signal to the Google engines and the other engines. Hey, that website, people really look to that website for dog shoes. I hope that that makes sense. That's why I decided on the title digital pirates.media, because it is what pirates do. You like hijack the traffic. I only did 2 years in the Navy, not impressive of a career, but still like a sailor at heart. And I talk about building your digital army or your AI army because these reasoners are your other level of preparation for this big shift in how we use the internet, right? So your reasoners are going to be out there being able to make deals with people that are looking for clients, or when people that are the clients are sending out their reasoners to look for the thing that they need to buy, they find you. And the big thing to remember is that these reasoners are not humans. All right. The content that I show you and the way that the chatbots work are human readable. But at the end of the day, very soon, it's not going to be us humans making the decisions. It's going to be the algorithms in combination with these reasoners, because they're preparing for the next evolution of what it means to have AI unleashed in the digital space, and then the robot space, which is the ones that basically, what are they called? Let me see, because there's a real specific word for it. Let me find it. It is the innovators, right? So innovators are the ones, so like your reasoners can help you come up with solutions that you never could have thought of as a human alone. I have experiences myself. I'm under non-disclosure, so I can't talk about some stuff, but it is mind-blowing when you know how to use this stuff. And it's so cheap now. The resources are accessible, but this is what like big companies are doing. to discover better ways to do things that gives them a bigger bottom line, costs less, is a better experience for the person that's buying the service or the product, and overall better for the planet. Every type of optimization, your reasoners are going to be able to understand that better than we ever could, because they deal with hyperparameters and latent, and which we're calling latent space apparently is what the AI said. But or the math to like get to the best answer more quickly with less compute and stuff. Like it's all becoming so accessible. So you, if you're positioned in this way, right, then you're gonna do better. So if you were to ask me, well, why aren't there any papers written about it? Well, I invented it, right? Maybe other people are coming up with it at the same time. I don't know, but I haven't ran into anybody else that has. The big issue that I was creating for myself was trying to sell the technology instead of selling you the solution. So I'm letting you know, like if you're in the business of anything, right? Either sign up to learn how to just build it yourself, right? Whatever app you want to sell, whatever business you're trying to sell, whatever idea you have that you need to put out in the market, right? Just build it yourself with these chatbots, because the websites of the future are more minimalistic. They look more like the ChatGPT interface, where it's just like people just want to type in questions. They don't want to read through all your crap, right? Sorry to sound so crass, but that's the truth. They're very minimal. That's why I built those web pages that way, the ones that you're able to learn from me, and then to get traffic over to your business, right? Instead of dumping thousands of dollars into your Google ads or whatever, if it, unless you're in a super desperate emergency where you have to get clients through your door, right? In which case, I would say, like, why wouldn't you just use that to make sure you can self-sustain? But everybody has their own reasons and systems, right? If you need that, let me know. I know a guy, I know a few guys and women that are really good at that. Myself, I'm not as interested in pushing those ads, but I can show you how to be highly profitable for minimal cost. And I think that Zachariah, I thought I was going to get to be there today. We will talk to Zachariah in a minute. Just turn off this noise. All right. So when pirates make treasure maps, right? They know where the treasure is and they know how to get there, but not everybody knows that the treasure is there, and not everybody believes them, and not everybody wants to go on that adventure, right? That's why I picked the pirates. When you are going to dominate something, you need an army and you need your navy, right? And the whole Air Force side of it and the Marines side, I think we will see the analogies to those when, and the Space Force, we will see the analogies to those as the next levels unfold. What did we say? The innovators and the full organizations, right? So this is all in preparation for having AI agents that basically run your organization for you. So when people talk about one person business, I'm talking next level one person business, right? Basically, I press the enter key one time and then it does everything for me. And I don't have to sit around and think about it anymore. We're so close to that, and people don't really know that. And how do you fit into all of this? Well, you're basically the machine that stores the points. So like either you're gonna watch the point, you're one of the machines that is able to capture the points, right? So you're not the ghost, you're not Pac-Man, you're not the algorithm. You're the one that can either get the points in your bucket, or you can watch the points be distributed to other places on the internet. That's your decision, right? So when people started to tell people, hey, you should buy .coms because you can make money, it was a bubble, but the people that understood enough made a ton of money off of the .com bubble, right? Not everybody went bankrupt, only people that didn't listen to the people that knew what they were talking about. When the real estate crash happened, some of us got really, really good deals on real estate, right? Because we knew that it was a game and we knew how to win the game, right? Because we didn't buy the hype, we didn't let our doubts get in the way, or maybe we didn't know enough to not doubt it. When Apple came out, a lot of people made a lot of money on that stock. When, what else? Windows came out, right? A lot of people made money on that stock. When Bitcoin came out, a lot of people made a lot of money. The first people in line to get Bitcoin, right? I'm not telling you to go buy Bitcoin. I am really a world foremost expert on Bitcoin, but I'm not giving you Bitcoin advice. I'm just saying it's as an example. When Barbara Corcoran heard about the internet, she was one of the first ones in New York to start posting real estate. She's the one of the women on Shark Tank, the one with the short hair, right? That's how she made a killing. Was like military husband let her know about the internet, and she was like, oh, why don't we start posting some of our state there. That aside with her business savvy and like personality and her perseverance, right? Like it wasn't just the internet. That's what gave her that edge. That's what I'm trying to tell people right now. Like with me right now, it's still pretty affordable. Like build the thing yourself, right? Is one of them. Rank at the top, be findable. Fail fast, fail early, fail often with stochastic gradient descent, right? That's what I'm doing. That's why you found me or I found you. Who knows? Like I'm already putting agents out, like already doing this. These, actually, I should be more clear. Like I already started putting these out, these reasoners. And honestly, mostly I have these right now. Like, you are probably this little guy right here. So no matter what happens, right? No matter what YouTube or Google or TikTok or anybody that owns any platforms, even Twitch and any of them, like no matter what they do, like will still be findable, right? And I will still rank at the top of like more precise questions that have actually shown to bring you as much revenue, especially if you're not like being at the top of the Google search stuff, which from my understanding is mostly like roofers, doctors, lawyers, and maybe electricians, like the ones that really make a lot of money off of being at the top of Google. But every business that is in the top three of Google searches ends up with 70% of the money. That's why it matters to rank at the top. This stuff still makes it so that the business owner ranks at the top, right? By sending traffic to the website, which helps your SEO. I feel like I'm just going in circles now, and I just hope that like the little Pac-Man definite like what this is looking like is a little bit easier to understand. And like I said, the people that don't understand this, well, I can't expect you to. But even when I'm learning something new, right? Like I have to stop and press pause, and then I have to, and like we can just dump the information into the AI. But there's also times like I knew a nuclear chemist that ran at the top of his nuclear chemist class in the Navy. He told me like the reason why I did so well is because sometimes I just pressed the I believe button. Like I wasn't sitting there trying to understand it all. I was just like, oh, these are the instructions. Okay. Same for me with like how to do sales better. I wasn't trying to understand everything. I just made sure I had my questions answered for how to do the thing, and I just did the thing. And then after the thing got done, I was then able to like understand how it was happening, right? So it's a different way of learning. So you just gotta do the thing, or don't do the thing and pay someone to do the thing, right? Yeah, I have more and more data that this is really working, and I do post it in some videos. This video is already 2 hours long, so I'm gonna stop doing this so I can finish up. The course is ready, but I really had to put this out there, and it's a very long video. That's okay. Like skip to the front, skip to the back. Back towards the end is the technical stuff, but you're trying to build your own business, I highly suggest like to the beginning and finding that can guide you through the journey so you can get through it faster of like the mindset and what it is in the mindset that's like the floodgates that gets shifted, right? The mindset shift that opens the floodgates for like next level of success, right? Well, I hope you have a great weekend. I think I should drink more water, and my Doberman is crying for me, so I need to go check on my baby. For watching, thanks for subscribing. For I guess like